will be another year of very robust demand across a range of semiconductor categories. PC for sure is still going to be motivated by work from home or hybrid working model, but at the same time we're also seeing strong tailwinds in cloud, data center chips, consumer electronics, automotives. There's tremendous growth tailwinds there as well. Now, to your question, whether we're seeing the end of the supply shortage, I would say that highly depends on which categories of electronics and systems you're looking at. For some categories where they're able to quickly scour the supply chain or redirect customer demands, some categories are seeing that they think they'll get out of the shortage within the next 6 to 12 months. But for some other categories, it might take a lot longer to add capacity, and the shortage actually might lead into 2023 and 2024.
Okay, which categories then do you think will be most impacted and still dealing with this supply shortage as we move beyond 2022 and into 23-24?
Yeah, I think, for example, automotive could still be seeing a bit of a shortage going forward, but it also highly depends on which players you're talking about. Some players are a lot more vertically integrated. As a result, they have less legacy components, a lot more standardized components that can be swapped in and out. That will make them more resilient. Other players who just have a tremendous amount of legacy in their system design will probably continue to struggle a bit going forward. That said, I would say the overall theme is the world sort of got a crash course on how to handle supply chain disruption last year. As we go into 2022, what we're advising a lot of our clients to do, and what's important for organizations out there, is really to think about how to put in a more proactive supply chain plan that prepares them for the next 5 to 10 years among a range of risk factors.
Which of the chip firms are best placed to handle, of course, the supply issues that we're seeing, the surging demand that we're seeing for chips as well, whether or not it's in personal computer, electronics, or automotive as well? Is it those in the United States? Also, as we were just talking about, gaming adding a new element to this as well. Is it those in the United States or some of the big foundries here in Asia that could benefit the most and actually become top of the perch when it comes to the global chip industry?
That's a great question. I think if you look at the stock price of a lot of these names within semiconductor space, there's a large number of them that are benefiting across the globe, whether it's the equipment vendors in Europe, whether it's the big equipment names and semiconductor design companies in the US, whether it's some of the manufacturing capacities in Asia. So right now, I think it's a high time for many of them. Going forward, I think there's a broader backdrop of US-China technology decoupling, and you're also seeing other countries across the globe trying to pour unprecedented amount of money to shore up domestic supply. So all of this, I think, going forward, you will start to see people trying to replicate a little bit of the supply chain that's still continuing to happen much more beyond the current chip shortage.